You want to call the police on them for having a barbecue on a Sunday.
I feel free! Back off!
I'm going to tell an African-American man threatening my life.
I am in support of you.
My husband died July 4th of COVID. My daughter is back at the school where she now feels unsafe because she has to wear a mask. When she just lost her dad July 4th. Now my daughter has the stress of losing her dad. Now she's back in school with the stress of having to wear a mask where she don't feel safe because they say the masks are not safe. The vaccines are not safe. Where are you?
Let me say this. I'm sorry that this young person father died, okay? That has nothing to do with the mask being worn. Now, the reason why I highlight this particular Karen, because I got some questions. Number one, why in the hell is she in the classroom? Number one, and engaging the teacher directly. I don't understand this, she should have been removed. No one is saying that the mask does not decrease. Let me start that over. No reasonable person is saying that the mask does not decrease the spread of COVID. Who's saying it? Unreasonable people. But unreasonable people say a lot of things. Unreasonable people say we're not actually on the planet, this is a simulation. Unreasonable people say that the earth is actually flat, okay? Unreasonable people say a lot of things and they believe it and they take it to heart and they're passionate about it and they believe in something. Well, that's on them. But this sentiment is not in a silo. There was a time when conspiracy theories actually existed in a minority of the population, and I mean a single-digit minority. I read a statistic today that said that damn near 70% of Republicans still believe the election was stolen from Donald Trump. There was a time when that kind of conspiracy, that theory with absolutely no evidence to back it up, would have been roughly 7% of the population or the Republican movement. Now it's the majority. And even things that are considered to be extreme conspiracies, like for example, the insurrectionists, January 6th. I think everyone watching me can agree that those were right-wing Trump supporters. According to the data I read this morning, 48% of Trump supporters, those who are Republicans, they actually believe it was a conspiracy of the left that attacked the Capitol. 48%. Cenk, this is part of a larger problem as it relates to our relationship with fact and truth.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So she said they say masks are not safe. Who's they? And you know who they is. Randos on social media plus conservative media. And so it's amazing to me that folks will say, the vaccines are not tested enough. That's why I'm taking horse paste.
Right.
What? No, ivermectin is perfectly tested if you have tapeworm, but not if you have coronavirus. There's no testing on that. There was one fake study and yet people do it. It's amazing. They'll believe a stranger online that they don't even know if it's a real person, but they won't believe all of the doctors in the world. And that leads to the hardest part, Rashad. How do you talk to people if you're not speaking the same language? We are speaking the language of facts, reason, and logic, and they're speaking the language of emotions and conspiracy and nonsense. So, I mean, for God's sake, her husband died from COVID. And now she's saying, well, that's why I don't want my daughter to wear a mask. Well, that's the exact opposite of logic. So I don't know how to communicate with you. How can you talk sense to someone who doesn't believe in sense?
Yeah, you can't. That's the whole thing. And it's called confirmation bias, where you start with your bias and all you seek is confirmation of that bias, no matter how it comes, no matter what form it comes in, and no matter if it's antithetical to fact, truth, logic, and science.